I'm Aaron Selby. I am the production supervisor here at Plant Delights. All right, let's jump into it. Some of the best plants I've been building up numbers on and working on for a long time. One of them that I really love is this new little toad lily. This is Tricertus Golden Anniversary. This is a Herta. It's a really cool little plant. You'll get a little bit of variability on these leaves. They're streaked here and there. Really nice, tight, low-growing ground cover form. Typically really good chartreuse color. And then in late summer to fall, it's stacked with its typical toad lily flower. This will grow. They will be a mix of blue, white, speckled. Really nice little combination there. This can tolerate some good morning sun, afternoon shade, uniform moisture, but it'll spread really, really nicely for you. One of the next plants I really like for shade is one of Walter's Garden's new Epimediums. This is Cranberry Dancer. It's got this really, really nice deep blood red flower on it with these frosted yellow tips. The backs are really showy with that blush. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy bloomer. It's got the really good semi-evergreen foliage. When it comes out, when it starts maturing, it'll have a nice red mottling to the leaf as well. So really, really good performer the last couple years. I've really enjoyed watching this in bloom. When we have all the flats going at one time, it's really quite showy. And I grow this typically in drier shade. It'll take some decent morning sun in the warmer months.
Rock gardens and...
It'll tolerate drier conditions like a rock garden, but it'll also adapt well to fairly moist sites as well. We actually grow these in scree beds situation, really high elevation, good sloping drainage. But I have some flats in my yard, in the backyard, where it's really, really wet, shallow water table, and they just kind of explode. So, yeah. One of the next plants I can't say enough about. I've grown this for years, pretty much since it was collected and brought back to the U.S. This is Disporopsis longifolia. This is one that we call Asian Heat. This is a Alan Galloway collection he brought back from Southeast Asia a number of years ago. It's an evergreen Solomon seal, so you'll have a varying textures. This is an older leaf, really nice rippling. If you love texture and color in a garden, it's really nice. It has these beautiful dark petioles. The more juvenile fresh foliage will be mixed in with this on a mature clump. Yeah, exactly. So you get this nice softer stuff, constantly reflushing as nice, really good aging leaves. When these get kind of bummy and gross looking, just give it a little haircut. Pretty easy to grow. Like all Solomon seals, really nice big rhizome that just kind of spreads. Tolerate really dry conditions. Prefers like a nice uniform moisture. Morning sun to deep shade. Pretty easy. We got a couple, and it's evergreen. That's the beauty of. It will have white flowers, typically that are underneath, hanging. Yeah, really cool little plant. All right, we're gonna move into, hi, sorry, join us. I'll go over some stuff just real quick. These are some shade plants I'll talk to you about afterwards if you wanna hang out. That's basically where we're starting, and then we're jumping now into some full sun plants that I absolutely love. All right, so a couple of these I've been building up numbers on for a while. Some of them we decided that they did so well in our trial gardens and also building numbers for Tony's garden that we would offer them them for sale. They've done really, really well here. So let's jump right in. The first one that I can't say enough about are the Tukriums. These little germanders are beautiful. Very, very tight prostrate form across the soil. We grow these in our scree beds. Here, I grow this in a sandy, fairly sharp draining bed. Beautiful purple flowers all over the top of it.
Take that one.
Really, really, really nice plant. Good drainage. It's held up really well in the high nighttime humidity. Usually Tukrium here in Raleigh will just melt out after a few years. This one's done really, really well. All right, this everybody thinks is a common Lychnis that seeds around and is a weed. However, this one is a very well-behaved Lychnis that looks like that. These are clumpers, very drought tolerant, has done really, really well in the high nighttime humidity here in Raleigh. Healthy basal growth. Can't say enough about this Lychnis. This is a seed strain we started from years ago called Hills Grounds. We've been cloning these via cuttings now for the past couple years to build up numbers. But this plant has gone through our garden in really dry, gross conditions. I mean, it's in very neglected sections of the garden and has just proliferated as a crown. I would say a 3-year-old plant is probably somewhere around 12 inches or so around at the base. So great plant. Will not seed around, is very well behaved, and is very, 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 very nice. Can't say enough about this plant. All right, so the next plant I like, this is a seed strain that has come in from the late Dr. Larry Mellenchamp from UNC Charlotte. This is a native onion from a place I love to explore called Rocky Face out in North Carolina, out in western North Carolina. This is Allium Kiveriae Rocky Face. This is a beautiful plant. Will have great, beautiful white globes of onion flowers. Very well behaved. Likes it in, once again, really nasty conditions, typically stuff that you kill plants in. This will grow in just the grossest of conditions. So very, very nice, fairly well behaved. It's not going to spread around all over the place via seed. If alliums are an issue for you, I just typically deadhead them before they even get a chance to produce seeds. So that's kind of a nice option there. But full sun will tolerate a little bit of shade, probably won't flower as well for you, but loves full baking hot nastiness. I love this new onion. All right, we're going to move into a woody. These aren't anywhere near the size that they get. This is Thuja occidentalis concessionary. Love this little thing. Typically this plant is massive, but this one holds out. It stays a really nice tight ball, right at about like probably 3.5 to 4 feet tall, somewhere in this range, by about 5 to 6 feet wide. Beautiful colors, holds up really, really, really well in the high nighttime humidity. It's got very good color to it out in the garden. It'll have a little bit of some blushing and gold once in a while throughout it, but typically this really nice green, really tight form, and I can't say enough about it. It's a great evergreen for the garden, so you always have 4-season interest. So a lot of these plants so far you can get by with 4-season interest, which is nice. The next plant that I really, really love, it's a goldenrod. This is Solidago virgata. This is one we're calling Golden Voices. This is just like a Solidago stricta. I don't know if you've grown that, where they have this really nice skinny flower, a little bit different than the typical goldenrods you see that arch out and break and branch. These are absolutely beautiful, fairly well behaved for a solidago. Stays a clumper to about, I would say about 2.5, 3 feet, but it's just completely topped with these completely erect yellow goldenrods that its name lives up to. Structurally, in a garden, this is a master. You don't get too many plants that are just straight up golden pencils, you know, that are like this tall. Very, very, very nice. Also a wonderful cut flower. Can't say enough about this introduction of Golden Voices solidago. Pretty nice. The next plant, this is Amsonia Wild Blue Yonder. I love Amsonias. I grow lots of them. This is a hybrid between Hubrichtii and Rigida. This will max out at about 4.5 feet. Still topped with these blue star flowers. It's ultra drought tolerant. Will tolerate like seasonal drainage ditches, that sort of stuff. Has great fall color. The seeds it doesn't seem to seed around like Amsonia Hubrichtii does. I haven't seen that happen with this plant. I think because it's a hybrid, it might be a little more sterile. But in our trial beds, this thing is an absolute beautiful plant. We're talking a beautiful tight ball, no flopping, no nothing. Can't say enough about Amsonia Wild Blue Yonder. It took us a couple years to get enough plants of that one, but it's really, really nice. All right, another one we're going to talk about. I didn't have any pots that were good or in flower, but one of our newest dwarf Baptisias is Baptisia Darklight. I cut this morning out of the trial beds. By dwarf, we're talking about not a minor dwarf, but like somewhere around 3 feet tall, a beautiful tight ball of foliage. Baptisia Darklight has been one of the better new semi-dwarf mid-sized Baptisias that I've seen. It's draped with tons of white flowers. You can't really see, it's at the end of the flowering now, but these a couple weeks ago just had tons of spikes all the way up to the top that were just full white, kind of at the end of the peak. Great. Pest resistant, nothing will eat that plant. It's as good as it gets. It's a ditch weed that we selected for its beauty and stature. Can't say enough about the ease of growing Baptisias. They are so easy. Kind of plant them and walk away and you're done. Yeah, Baptisia Darklight, one of our new creations that I really actually enjoy in the garden. It's got a great texture. That's one thing I really, really like. The mound is so tight. It reminds me of Baptisia minor, but just a little bit taller but that same fullness to it. So, all right, one of the nice introductions that we got to offer this year is a brand new peony. This is a brand new intersectional to us. It's been around for a while. This is a really nice blush colored peony Julia Rose. We don't do too many intersectionals, but this one's done really good. It's a really good bargain right now, actually. We've had a bunch of these and they're selling really well. But this is a single intersectional peony that is, for those of you who don't know, that's a cross between an herbaceous peony and a tree peony. So you'll get these woody stems and it's kind of this sweet, happy medium between the two of them. The herbaceous, a lot of times you have to stake up because they don't have the strength. And then the tree peonies sometimes are so big that you just don't have the space for them. So I found a happy medium that you don't really have to stake. And typically they have really big, robust flowers. Julia Rose is one of my favorite Ito or intersectionals. Really nice, blushy blood red and cream. A lot, kind of the color combinations of the back side of those little epimediums I showed you. Really, really nice plant. These are an exceptional deal for their size. Get flowering size plants that are really, really big at the crown. All right, and last of all, one of my favorites this year. When I saw this in the garden for the last couple of years, my mind was blown by its cold hardiness, its vigor. This is the new Alocasia Dark Star. This is a patented variety that just came out. It's absolutely striking in low angle lighting. The backs of the leaves are a architectural masterpiece for garden design. When you get this lit up, it's pretty scrumptious. You know, when you're talking about texture and color, it doesn't get much better than this. For us who can grow it and not have to irrigate it all the time, we're very privileged. For those of you out west who want to grow this, I'd say a container specimen is probably the best way to go, just to save on water. But this is a new introduction that'll be getting out there. Oh, probably you'll see this everywhere here in the next couple of years. So it does best in full sun. We actually grow this in a really rich soil, and we find that with the colocasias, they mulch in leaf mold. This is just getting a hardwood, a shredded hardwood mulch, but it grew to absolutely massive proportions last year. I was really surprised to see it. Alocasia portadora is typically the one that everybody wants around here, and it's not reliably cold hardy. This is like a step up 10 times in my opinion because of the color, the petiole, the back of the leaves being a really nice bicolor. Yeah, it's a beautiful plant. So this one I can't say enough about. It's actually been cold hardy, fairly well behaved for alocasias, and doesn't like thug up on everything. So really, really nice architectural piece for the garden. So thank you all for attending. My favorite introductions for 2025. Hopefully you guys can fit each one of these into your garden, and you will all be very, very satisfied with them. So thanks for spending some time, and have a good one. Happy planting.
Thank you.
Yep.
I actually got 2 of these.